And now, your host for the evening.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed guests of all walks of life. Today, we're going to be regaling one of the greatest tales the Caped Crusader has ever seen. There is kidnapping, brilliant fights, terrifying stealth and sneaking around to find information, Robin by his side, and a certain ferociously felonious femme fatale female is joining their ranks. But first, you may want a little bit of background, because unfortunately, all of the events of the story could not be recounted, only the final moments. But suffice it to say, I, your esteemed historian, am more than happy to fill you in. So, you may recognize that there are usually 3 members of the little Bat Belfry. There's, of course, the legendary Batman, fantastic Caped Crusader, and marvelous defender of justice in Gotham City, and his youthful ward, Robin, Dick Grayson, fantastic acrobat, full of gumption, and a wonderfully funny young man. But there's also a third, the police commissioner's daughter, Barbara Gordon. You may recognize her as Batgirl. Well, unfortunately, since the last time we saw the daring Caped Crusaders, tragedy struck, and Miss Gordon was gravely injured. Now, she was not injured in vain. She saved the lives of many children. But unfortunately, a massive explosion rocked the daycare that she was shepherding the children away from. The blast was so forceful, it sent the young crusader flying, and in the process, broke her back. She would never walk again. But does that ever stop a Caped Crusader? No, no, no. Sure, maybe she will never be able to go out into the field again. But there's more than one way to defend justice and fight evildoers. Because there are 3 key weapons in the war against crime. You must be strong, you must be skilled, and you must be well informed. Think about it. The police have many sources of information. The wittiest detectives. Hell, the Batman himself. Ooh, pardon my language. Heck, the Batman himself. He is the world's greatest detective since the legendary Sherlock Holmes and his esteemed ward Watson. Come to think of it, if Sherlock is Batman, then my dear Watson, you are Robin. Regardless, that never stopped Miss Gordon. No, 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 no. She would never stop. And after 3 years of recovering and regarding her will and honing her already super sharp mind to be like the finest blades in any chef's cabinet, she has become the greatest information broker on Earth. She has vast wells of resources, a colossal collection of contacts. She has her photographic memory. She never forgets a thing she learns. And above all else, in the days that computers are becoming more and more advanced, she is leading the charge. She is such a brilliant mind. She has effectively recreated the Library of Alexandria in the deepest, darkest recesses of Gotham, right underneath its clock tower, and experimental computer systems that are connected to the Great Bat Computer allow her to interface with Batman and Robin and many other electronic systems across the city and beyond. Some would say that she is so intelligent, she could almost see the future, like those great prophets of ancient Greek lore. And that is where she got her new name, Oracle. However, the forces of evil know how dangerous it is for the good and the valiant to have the information they need to take down the bad guys and ruin their schemes. So, we are finding out that Oracle has been taken, kidnapped, but by who? Crimson-clad rogues with an unknown leader. They work as military levels of precision within their minds, and they have some of the deadliest weapons the Caped Crusader has ever seen. they came to Gotham in 2 great airships, and they took Oracle. Where? Nobody is sure. However, they have also taken the GCPD as their fortress on the ground. But they did this all without Batman and Robin knowing. After all, they never suspected that the entirety of the GCPD would be silenced so quickly. But how could they know if Oracle did not know? If she never realized that her father was taken? So, they need that information. They need more. They have found and fought some of these crimson-clad rogues, but they are stubborn and they refuse to talk. So, they have enlisted the help of the most sneaky, stealthy, sultry, seductive woman that they ever knew. A heartthrob who works for the forces of evil, but also the forces of good. Gray like a tabby cat. Catwoman. Selina Kyle had struck a deal with the Batman and Robin. They would spring her from Arkham Asylum, free her, and in exchange, she will sneak onto those airships and find both the GCPD and Miss Gordon. Little do the Caped Crusaders realize that their allies and their friends have been hiding right under their nose. But who could it be? Who could hide a secret from the great Caped Crusaders?